how do you form your friend group?
My parents, they didn't let me have fun. They didn't let us go out and just hang out with our friends and do this and that. Honestly, my father, I feel like when I was at a young age, he knew where I was headed. He knew where I was going, and all the hard work and determination I put into my sports, he knew where it was going to bring me at, to the next level and all that. So we didn't understand it at the time, but as we get older, more mature, we understand like why they did that. And yeah, it was hard, man. It's still hard to this day, so because I feel so closed off. Like at this age now, it's like it was harder to make friends, like right now. It's harder to make friends for me because I didn't have that growing up. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't at somebody's house. I ain't have, sleepovers with your friends, playing games all night. So that was tough. It was tough.
Was it a good moment for validation? What you've been through?
Oh yeah, it was a great moment. Like I told you before, my father not letting us go out, not having that fun, and just instilling that discipline in us. I definitely felt like it benefited me, in the outcome. So yeah, every day I wake up and just think about him. And everything I'm doing is, just for my family and making him proud. So.
I love that, man. What does it feel like to put on a jersey with your last name on it? All right, welcome to another episode of the Myokinetic Podcast. Today we have a Patterson legend.
Yes, sir.
Carter Warren from the New York Jets. I'm so excited to have him on the show, especially giving his career path of how he got from Pitt to back home, playing for the Jets, repping, the home team essentially. So, Carter, welcome to the show, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me, Natty.
So, hey, let's just dive in a little bit. Your background, obviously, Patterson owned. So, tell us a little bit your upbringing, man. How was it like growing up in Patterson, and how do you end up finding football?
Definitely up. So, like you said, born and raised in Patterson, New Jersey. I was fortunate enough to have both parents in the household, and a little sister as well. So growing up, my parents, they really provided for us. They looked out for us, whether I knew or not, they had it, they made sure me and my little sister was good. So they always looked out for us, made sure we went to the right schools, and then from there, just took it to the next level. I say my father, he put me in a football at a young age. I say 6 years old. I was playing football, basketball, and baseball. And then from there, I just took my game to the next level. I went to PCTI, go Bulldogs, Tech, shout out to them. And yeah, honestly, man, I had a great upbringing, went to church every Sunday.
There you go.
Yeah, man, God is in my life and I'm doing good.
Yeah, God is good.
God is very, very good, for sure.
So obviously growing up in Patterson, like a little rough neighborhood, all of that stuff, we have, parents and kids who are listening to this, how do you form your friend group? I think that's the biggest thing, because we always talk about, you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with, right? Definitely. So as you're growing up, clearly you're going to lose some friends along the way. So at which point do you start recognizing you have bigger hopes and dreams than most of the people, and how do you go about cultivating the circle that you were hanging around with?
Definitely. For me, it was harder for me. My parents, they didn't let me have fun. They didn't let us go out and just hang out with our friends and do this and that. Honestly, my father, I felt like when I was at a young age, he knew where I was headed. He knew where I was going, and all the hard work and determination I put into my sports, he knew where it was going to bring me at, to the next level and all that. So it was frustrating. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to go out, have fun with some friends. My little sister as well too. We didn't understand it at the time, but as we get older, more mature, we understand why they did that. And yeah, it was hard, man. It's still hard to this day, so because I feel so closed off. Mm-hmm. I felt like at this age now, it's like it was harder to make friends, like right now. It's harder to make friends for me because I didn't have that growing up. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't at somebody's house. I ain't have, sleepovers with your friends, playing games all night. So that was tough. It was tough. So yeah.
But would most of your friend group evolve with all the sports you were playing?
Definitely, yeah. They were all involved in sports. We'll hang out from time to time, but when that street light come on, it's time to go inside. So, but yeah, it was definitely hard. Trying to make friends. Just having that friend group. I say when I got to college. I found a great group of brothers. You know, I stick by them. You know, I talk to them all the time. You know, they always here for me. So, yes, sir.
So, when you were coming out of high school, right, and you were getting recruited, like, what were some criteria you were looking for based on what school you should pick to go play for?
Definitely. You know, coming out of high school, I was honestly looking for a school in the city. I'm not used to, you know, the like down south, you know, the country areas and stuff like that. I was looking at Virginia Tech at the time, North Carolina, you know, all down south. And when I took them trips out there, you know, it just didn't feel like home at all. And I took that visit to Pitt, and you know, big city, you know, great sports, and I just felt like home, you know. And the coolest part about Pitt, our facility is right next to the Steelers.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So during OTAs, you know, and we in the building as well. We just get to pop outside after our workouts, you know, watch the Steelers play, you know, and learn from them. So that was pretty cool.
That's actually really cool. I didn't realize that, because it's kind of cool to always have like your dream anchor, and you get to see someone else living their dream, and you can just be like, oh man, I can just have. There's always a progression moving forward. Always
is. Yeah, it was just a step forward, you know what I'm saying? Just looking at the little details they put into their work, you know, just taking drills from them as well. I go see what the O-line coach is teaching, and then I'll go outside and you know, and do it in my game and whatever, you know what I'm saying? So
that's pretty sick,
yeah, it was pretty cool, you know.
And how often do you guys have like people from the Steelers or the coach from the Steelers coming by at Pitt? Was there like any cross-pollination or anything like that at all?
A little bit, you know. We'll see Coach Tomlin, you know, he'll walk by, you know, say what's up to us.
Black Air Force.
Yeah, Black Air Force. Yeah, for sure. He come by, say what's up to us. He called me Big Patterson at once, you know. So had a long conversation with him. So it was good. It was definitely made me feel good, you know, and it made my dreams a little bit bigger, you know. So yes, sir.
That's awesome, man. So at which point in your career where you realized that like I can probably take it to the league? Was there like a moment, or you kind of knew?
Definitely, I say COVID. So this was around like 2019 was my first year starting. I felt like I didn't have too great of a year. You know, I knew I had more in myself. And honestly, man, COVID. You know, we're all home. I had my buddy Owen Drexel. He's from Montclair originally. And man, we'll go to what was it? Glen Ridge. We'll go to Glen Ridge. You know. We out there on the field, we just grinding, man. And I just, from that point forward, I just felt like I could become something, you know. If I just continue just to put that work in and day out, I know I'll be in you know, where I'm at today. So
that's huge. I would love to expand on that, because what I've noticed is that during COVID, people either like straight up like grew like 10x, or they just fold. It was like nothing in between.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? Because you have so much time in your hands. And I would say like, you know, idle time is the devil's playground.
For sure.
So it's what we all have 24 hours is what you get to choose to do with that. So like what were your day like during COVID, right? Because now we have kids who might be in college for the first time, have all this freedom. And like with a lot of freedom, you can just do whatever you want because there's no one looking after you anymore. So like what were your structure, and how do you keep yourself in check to manage your time well?
Definitely. So with me, during that COVID time, you know, like you said, a lot of free time on my hands, you know, but I just had this drive, you know. I was just like, I set my goals, you know, what I wanted to improve on, what I really wanted to focus on, you know, in pass pro and the run game. And then, yeah, I would wake up, you know, at 10 o'clock, you know, sleeping a little bit, hit my man O up, we go get a lift in. We was fortunate enough to have Pro Edge around. We were able to, you know, get in there.
Shout out to Coach Mac.
Yeah, Coach Mac. Yeah, my man. Appreciate you. So, yeah, we go in there, get a lift in. Then we'll hit the park up, me and Owen. We'll hit the park up. You know, we just out there grinding. And then after that, I would go home. And I kid you not, man, I got videos of this. I would tie a bag. I had a tree in my backyard. I would tie a bag to it, and I put like a little elastic around it. And, man, I'll just be running. I'll just be give me a second. I would just run block. I'll work on my run blocking, and then I'll work on my pass pro, just really working on my hands and the speed of my hands and all that. And really, that really took my game to the next level. Growing up, I wasn't a big video game guy. So as I got older, you know, I started playing a little bit more, but not during that COVID time. And I was all about work, you know, and really trying to make myself the best player I could be.
I love that, man. So during that time, pick, or do you have any mentor that was like talking you through this whole process?
Honestly, no, I did not. You know, I had my father. My father was my mentor. Everything he's done for me and my little sister growing up. He's an inspiration to me, and yeah, my sister as well. So yeah, no, not really, no.
No, but that's good, man. I think again, like just you doing this podcast gonna send that kind of message to other people, right? Where sometimes it's all about grinding in the dark.
For sure, 100%. Yeah, it is.
Right,
it's
because
the stuff people don't see, you know.
Because at the end of the day, when it comes, what I love about football is that you work hard the rest of the week, and you have one day to show for it, whether your hard work is coming through or not.
No, I agree with you on that for sure.
Right, and then, another thing with football is that you have 4 downs where you have to have short-term memories.
You got to.
Yeah, because otherwise it'll bite you, right? Because then you just keep going back to the past. So what are some advice you can give to the younger athlete of kind of have that muscle of like, hey, learning the lesson from the past, but don't let it bring you down. Yeah, definitely. And propel you forward.
For sure, yep. So in football, man, it's a fun game, but it can be taxing at the same time. And I say, like you said, you gotta have a short memory. I could give up a sack on the next play. I can't let that hinder the next play, whatever I said. So yeah, you just gotta have a short memory. Short memory, sorry. You got to have a short memory. Just keep moving forward, The game still goes on, you know what I'm saying? Everybody makes mistakes. And so you just got to keep pushing.
And when it comes to, again, playing sport, and you were like 3-sport athlete. You even played lacrosse at one point.
Yeah, I played a little lacrosse. People going to laugh at me at that, but yeah, I played a little lacrosse.
I don't know, man. You're pretty nasty. I see it. I see the stick skill.
For sure.
So what were some things that you were thankful for that your dad and your parents didn't push you to just pursue one sport?
You said, excuse me, can you repeat that?
Since you play like multiple sports, like what are some skill set? Because one thing we like to tell parents, like don't specialize too early. Yeah. Right? You want to play as many sports as possible. Like some of the best pro guys that we work with, like let's say the McCourtney twins, they play basketball, they play baseball, just like you. They play football. Like, how did that help you at this moment as your athletic ability keep growing more and more, especially with a higher level that you're at now?
For sure. Like I say basketball was the biggest one for me. Just having that footwork, just being able to be light on your toes, just implemented into my, football, you know what I'm saying? And another thing I did was boxing. Boxing, that helped me out working with quick hands, and conditioning as well, too, because boxing ain't no joke, man, for sure. So.
Yeah, because what I love is when we work with like football athletes, like they know what hard work looks and feel like.
100%.
When we have, no disrespect to basketball guys. Basketball guys is a little bit different.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Right? Because, and again, the body type is also different as well. So, like, talk me through about that first college practice compared to the high school practice, and then from the college practice to the pro practice.
I say in both phases, I say the speed. Like high school, I went to a local high school, you know what I'm saying, county school, and then I played up against Don Bosco. That was like a totally different ball game for me. You know what I mean? Everything's quicker. The DNs get off, all of that, man. And I got to college. It's like everyone's stronger. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's stronger. Everyone was the top guy on their high school football team. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, I say the speed and how strong everyone was. It was really a shocker to me. You know what I'm saying? I just thought I was gonna come in, just be a starter day one. No, I had to wait my turn. Put that work in, and yeah. But then when I got to the NFL, I had my first wake up call. It was Jermaine Johnson. I think we were in OTAs and we did 1-on-1s, and I'm playing left tackle. He got off the ball. He just hit me with a long arm. I got put right on my back. And that's when I was like, oh, welcome to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was pretty funny. Welcome to the NFL. And so, I just say this for the NFL is really just the speed and then the strength. Everyone's strong. Everyone's the top guy. And, that's about it.
Walk me through your draft day.
Oh my God, draft day. Yeah, so special. Draft day, it was a very, very special moment. I had all my my closest friends with me, my parents, cousins, aunts, uncles, you name it. And I had my girlfriend with me as well. It was a special time. It was a long waiting game, you know what I mean? But I just had to stay patient, and I knew my name was going to be called that day, you know what I'm saying? All the work I put in beforehand, I knew it was going to be a special day for me. So It was exciting, yeah.
Yeah. So when you get that call, what did that feel like?
Oh my God, I saw that jersey number pop up. Oh my goodness. I told everyone before I wasn't going to cry. But man, I got that number, and I heard I was gonna be home too, playing for the New York Jets. Just straight tears, running down my face, and that was a very special moment. Went to hug my mom, my dad. Just thank them for all they've done for me and my sister. It was a special moment.
Was it a good moment for validation? What you've been through?
Oh yeah, it was a great moment. Like I told you before, my father not letting us go out, not having that fun, just instilling that discipline in us. I definitely felt like it benefited me, in the outcome. So yeah.
I love that you bring your dad up a lot, because I had a really good relationship with my dad, before he passed, and like as I'm getting older, I kept going back to some of the conversation we used to have, and I was like, oh man, that was a really good life lesson. Mm-hmm. And like, what were some of those moments that you have with your dad that you're like, man, like those were like some key moments that like drive me to where I am right now?
Definitely. It was, so growing up, my father, he grew up in Paterson, New Jersey. And my grandfather, he was big on working on houses. He owned about, I might mess this up. He owned about 5 or 6 houses, but he didn't let my father play football. It was all about work. He had that old school mentality. And my father, once he knew he wasn't going to be able to play football, he knew when he had a son, he was going to, put him in the sports, and yeah, it was special. So he told me draft day, I'm living through you. And that really hit home for me. So every day I wake up and just think about him. And everything I'm doing is, just for my family and making him proud. So.
I love that, man. What does it feel like to put on a jersey with your last name on it?
It's cool, man. I'm representing so much, the Warrens, representing my love for my family, everything I've done in my lifestyle, the way I live, the way I eat, the way I do everything, it's for them. And it feels good to put that jersey on.
Yeah. So let's break it down, because at the end of the day, right, you're living your dream, but at the end of the day, it's a job. Mm-hmm. And people were invested in you, right? That's why they draft you. So how do you break down what it's like to be a professional athlete?
It takes time, I say my rookie year, we had a lot of meetings, just going about how to be a pro. And what I've learned is just taking care of your body. I say that's number one, is taking care of your body, having the right group of people being able to work on you, and just having the right mindset. When you wake up in the morning, you coming to work, you know what I'm saying? This ain't, you ain't out here having fun. It's straight work. And I say my rookie year, I say the hardest thing for me was having a plan, having a plan of how I'm going to take care of my body, what I'm going to eat every night. And so I say going in my second year, I've been doing a better job, of finding what I need to do, to get myself ready for the day and, other days to come too. So, yeah.
So if you were able to go back in time, knowing what you know now, what would you do differently?
Ooh, what would I do differently? Honestly, I say I'd be more of a sponge, learning for talking to other guys. We had Dwayne Brown in the room, Mekhi Becton, Billy Turner, just picking their brains a little bit more. I say right now I'm fortunate enough to have, Tyron Smith and Morgan Moses around, where I'm able just to learn from them. And I've been doing, that's how I say, I've been doing it way more now, just picking their brains, seeing what they're seeing, just if I have a problem on the field, once we get to the sideline, I'm asking questions, trying to figure out, how to play this game at their level. You know what I'm saying? I want to be one of the best there ever was. So,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love every time when they bring like veteran guys coming in, all the guys that I get to talk to, they say like, as soon as, for example, we have a couple guys in Tampa when Brady came in, mm-hmm. and he's like, the standard just went up. Yeah, right. Sure. Rodgers came in, last year. Like, what's that environment been like?
It's been cool, Aaron, he is he knows ball. He very, very smart, very intellectual. He knows what he's talking about, and just chatting with him, it just making my game better. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I'm definitely fortunate enough to have them around.
And it's good, man. It's good to have like guys who've been in the league for like 10 plus years.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Just
know,
to hear the stories. I say that's the coolest part.
And on average, like people play in the league for like 2 years, right? So what is something that you're doing now recovery-wise? Because obviously your body is how you put food on the table. So what is something that you're like, is your non-negotiable that you have to do every single week?
Every day, every single week, every day, I say I have to get in I have to contrast, hot tubs and the cold tubs. I got to get in those. I say get a nice little sweat in the sauna. Spend about 20 minutes in the sauna. It's probably like every other day. And then really, I like the Normatec boosts. Normatec boosts, they definitely have saved me a lot. So yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. What about your routine, right? Obviously, you take care of your body. You get your treatment every week. What about your sleep?
Sleep. So yeah, for me, sleep. I could do a better job with sleep. That's something I'm still working on. I say I go to sleep around 10 o'clock. And I'll be up by 6 a.m., So I could do a little bit better with that. I wore a Whoop. I don't know, you heard of the brand before, right? Root, you got one on. Yeah. I had wore a Whoop for a couple years. And I really liked, what it told me, how it broke everything down. And but after a while, I kind of like noticed like, I didn't really need it anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like I knew when I needed to go to sleep. I knew when I needed to wake up. And
Dude, I mean, I had the Whoop for 2 years now. Since I had it, I completely stopped drinking.
Really?
Yeah, because as soon as I have any drink, my like recovery would just go into the red.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh my God, like this is taking a toll on my body, and I'm just I'm not a high performer like you. So for me, like it's really having data really dictates like how I do my stuff from day to day.
Oh, sure.
Bro, I can't even eat late.
Really?
It gets to that.
What's your cutoff? What's your cutoff?
If I'm having steak, it's 5 p.m.
What?
Yeah, bro. I'm old. I'm having supper now.
You having supper? Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, there'll be time when I get home late.
So do you have a snack later on? Like
I'll probably have like a protein shake.
Protein shake.
Like if I get home late, I'm just gonna have protein shake. Because if I go to bed like on like a full stomach, then I don't have the best recovery either.
Really?
Yeah. So I think like cutting off alcohol was huge for me. Tons of water.
Tons of water. Okay.
That's another thing. Like I just realized I was not drinking that much water.
Definitely.
And then just understand like if I get like I try to plan my day just from learn from you guys is like I plan my day the night before.
Okay.
So if I want to have a good day tomorrow, it has to start with the night before.
Oh, you're right.
Right.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, because if I go to sleep late, then tomorrow, I'm like I don't want to be playing from behind.
Yeah, you're gonna be messing yourself up. Yeah.
Exactly, right? So like I want to start off fresh, like score 0-0. I don't want to start out like down like 14-0.
Yeah, that's a long way to get back. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now, talk about how you navigate your relationship now, especially now you're professional athlete, somewhat celebrity, right? Because I mean, you're pretty low key, right?
Yeah, I'm low key. Yeah.
Most guys can get caught up in that too. How do you keep yourself humbled that whole time, not to let it get to your head?
Honestly, it started in college. Being in college, you're still getting that same recognition. Still you got a little popularity. For me, it was just blocking out the noise. All the haters, the doubters, you know what I'm saying? Just people constantly DMing me, I just try to stay away from it as much as possible. And I feel like that helped me, when I went to the NFL, you know what I'm saying?
How do you manage that though? Because I feel like social media just compound more and more over time, right? I mean, and what's sad is like every time someone has a bad game, in the DM, in the comment, it get brutal.
Yeah, it gets crazy, you know what I'm saying? Especially these New York fans, you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to them, much love. But you have a bad game, they're on you, all over. They tweeting, talking they crap. But yeah, you just gotta block out the noise, just keep moving forward. Sir?
Yeah. What do you think about the whole NIL thing in college now?
Oh my God, I missed out. I just had one of my buddies call me up. He had transferred to another school, and he's asking me about my financial advisor. I'm like, whoa, man, you need a financial advisor in college? Like, I wish, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I think it's a great thing, for like college athletes, they deserve, to get, some money, because it was a struggle in college, you know what I'm saying? Like living check to check. Cost of living wasn't that expensive in Pittsburgh, but you want to have that extra, change in your pocket. You want to get something nice here and there, just to eat good too as well. But yeah, it's tough. It was tough, but I'm happy with what's going on now. And I hope it keeps getting even better.
Mm-hmm. What are some advice for the younger guys that listen to this, especially in college, now that they come into more money than they would never imagine?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what advice would you give them to manage that? So that way they have money long term.
Definitely. I'll say just be smart with your money. Don't go ahead and blow it on all the nicest stuff in the world. Find people to help you. And you need a financial advisor. I'm telling you that now. They'll make your life 10 times easier.
Yeah. And when you're navigating, picking agent to represent you, like what are some of your criteria that you look for in guys that will have your back 100%?
Definitely. I feel like for me, I'm big on trust, and that takes a couple years, to build. So my financial advisor, not my financial, my agent, is two. I was working with two guys, Andy Sims and Joe DiBenedetto. From the jump, I just felt I love their energy. And, just constantly, just talking to me, just chatting with me, just making sure I'm working on the little things, just to boost my draft stock and all that. And, it took a little time. I said I was talking to them for about 2 years. And, after a while, I just felt comfortable chatting with them. Actually, Joe, he just invited me to his wedding. So, just having that relationship, it goes a long way. So
that's huge, man. Now, obviously you're coming to your second year and all of that stuff. What is the legacy you're looking to leave for yourself, man?
I want to be the greatest. Like I said earlier, I want to be the best of the best. I want to be where I want to be even better than Tyron Smith. You know what I'm saying? And just starts with hard work. Continues to put that work in day and day out. And I feel like I'm gonna achieve my goals.
I love that.
Yes,
so
sir.
Obviously we're big into health and recovery. What were some things that you would advise people, especially high-level athletes, what would they look for to cultivate a team around them? Because you can't make it far without having a team that you can trust, right? What are your essential team? If you have to build a team for you, like what would that look like? Who would you need in your corner?
I would say, first off, I need like a solid O-line coach, Sammy McDonald. That's somebody that I really trust. And then working with you as well. I said we've been working together for about a month or two so far. And, just coming in here, I love you guys' energy. You guys make me happy when I come in here after a long day.
Appreciate it, man.
And it's just you guys you guys know what you're doing, and I really appreciate that. And it's definitely going to help me play much better on the field as well. So
I love it.
Just having those two, I feel like this is most important. And then obviously a strength coach, as well. Definitely got to get stronger. So
yeah. Now, film is extremely important, and I feel like kids don't stress that or talk about that enough. Like, how do you learn to love the process of watching film?
Definitely. That started in college. So our O-line coach, he would make us, after a long day, practice, he would make us come in after class at 7 p.m. as a group and just watch film together, just talking, just communicating, seeing, oh, I saw this, you saw that, just having that camaraderie and being together, it'll go a long way. And then from there, you'll go on your own, and you'll be able to see what your coach was talking about, seeing what your friends were saying, what your friends saw as well. And I feel like that definitely helped me out a long way. And then when I got to the NFL, it was a little different, Our coach, he made me and Joe Tippmann do a cut up of all the pass rushers we're going up against like week to week, and just breaking them down, what kind of moves they're doing, what to look for, different tendencies they have, and it just took it to a new level. I didn't look at the game in that way when I was in college. So it's been pretty cool so far. Yes, sir. That's very important.
That's crazy, man. Mm-hmm. I think what I'm picking up now, just talking to you, is like you love like getting new perspective, right?
I like learning.
Yeah,
sure.
I think that's another thing too. Like I think anyone that's great, they always have that sponge mentality, like the white belt mentality. I'm always just learning and all of that stuff. And I think compare yourself to where you are now to last year, right? Do you feel like you're getting better at the game and the game slowed down a little bit? Are you able to adjust more because of all the preparation time you're putting in?
100%. It definitely slowed down a little bit. And honestly, I say last year I was coming off an injury too. I had tore my meniscus, and I say just I got stronger. My knee got stronger, and just when I'm on the field, I just feel way better. I feel more explosive. I'm just more confident in myself and what I'm doing. So, but yeah, year 2 has been much better so far.
Yeah, and on those big games, right? Like big games, high expectation. How do you like calm yourself down, especially like if you have that butterfly in your stomach and all of that stuff?
For me, it's church music. Like I said, I grew up in a church my whole life, and I put some gospel on. I'm in the mode. All them butterflies is gone. It's time to go to work. So,
wow, that's good, man. Because I know most people are just trying to amp themselves up.
Yeah, they get on hype music up. Lakin Tomlinson, man, oh my God, game day, he is a different animal, totally different person. He puts his Chief Keef on, and oh my God, yeah, it's crazy.
No, we did a podcast with Lincoln, and he's also different. He got so much.
No, he's different. He's different. He's been in the league for, he going on 10 years now. Yeah, he's a pro. He's a professional, and I'm just glad to have him around as well too.
Awesome, man. I got one more question for you. So if you're able to pick anyone, celebrity, athlete, whatever it is, to have dinner with, who would it be?
It would have been Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, rest his soul, but just his determination, his work ethic, everything he's done in the game, man. Oh my God, I just wish I could, just sit down with him and just pick his brain, learn from him. Just
well, what question were you asking?
I asked him about his upbringing, how it was for him, and how that, how he flipped the script, how did he take his game to the next level, and just chat with him, you know what I'm saying? Just being in front of greatness, it's special,
Yeah.
So,
I think another thing that I pick up, he has a really good relationship with his dad too.
Really, yeah.
I mean, I'm a big Kobe fan. Like I said this openly before. I would say Jordan, Kobe, LeBron.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Come on, man. Kobe first. Come on. Kobe first in my book. Okay. I got you, yeah.
So why Kobe first and not Jordan?
That Mamba mentality, man. That Mamba mentality. I don't know if you ever saw the clip of the Olympics. The guys were all going out. We were just talking about this earlier. A bunch of the guys on the Olympic team, after the downfall for a couple years, they all went out, had a couple drinks. They all got back at 3 a.m. And Kobe was on the elevator heading to the gym. And once other guys started seeing that, they started coming along, getting the extra workout with him. And I felt like I kind of applied that to my game, just putting in that extra work. That's like my motto, like that extra work, that extra time to work on your craft, to take you to the next level. So
that's from that Redeem team.
Yeah, the Redeem team. Yeah,
that was a good documentary. I did not know how bad it was, and that's the one key moment that I remember from that. I remember
everything.
I remember watching that documentary. I just flew into Boise, Idaho. I'm like jet lag. I'm like,
what you doing in Idaho, man?
I was at like a business conference, but
okay.
Usually when I get in anywhere, I try to just go to the gym.
Yeah.
Just to like settle my nerves and everything else. And I just put that on. I remember doing I'm on the elliptical for like an hour.
Oh my God.
And I'm watching this like, wait, I can't get off now. Like, this is really good.
It's good.
So that was the one moment that like, as soon as I heard that, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to keep going.
For sure. Got to keep going, man.
So, I mean, the one thing that I like about Kobe too is he's always led by example. Like, and that's what I love about Kobe and Jordan, right? Because Jordan was one of the first guy who started training, lifting weights in the NBA.
Yeah, I just found out about it. Just heard about it, yeah.
Yeah, because he used to get bullied all the time, right? Every time, like the first few years with the Bulls, he would just, he would get destroyed in the playoffs, right? Like by Detroit, right? And then he started lifting weights. And then the same trainer, Tim Grover, who wrote a book like Relentless, he trained Jordan and Kobe and then D Wade.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So like all those guys, I'm just like, oh man, like, and the way he's described Kobe and Jordan is that they're cleaners. These guys that come in and just do whatever it needs to take, like whatever it takes to make sure like the team is at the next level.
For sure.
So they're always constantly raising the average.
That's dope.
Yeah. So real quick, man, last thing, what's what's the one thing you want to say on this podcast? If all the younger generation kids at Patterson listening, what's the one message you want them to hear?
I say keep going. No matter what anybody's telling you, just stay level-headed, keep going, keep pushing. Your outcome's gonna be great. I'd say just love what you're doing every day. Just going there with that same mindset that I'm gonna go ahead, get my work in, you know, and you get to college, next level, whatever. Just be a sponge, you know, learn from people. And that'll take your game to the next level. So, sir.
Cool, man. Bro, thank you so much for your time, man. A lot of gem, a lot of advice. I know kids, parents, coaches will listen to this will take a lot from you.
Yeah, appreciate you, Natty.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.